Part 3, Philosophy of Biological Existence. Chapter 10, The Canvas for Life. In ancient times, people experienced life in everything, and their perceptions were built primarily on sensory organs. Their level of understanding is primarily at the holistic level, such as knowing life without knowing cells or genetic information. One can see stars that are far away, but not the cells that are within us. Understanding biological existence requires a comprehensive grasp of life, its processes, and mechanisms. Now, we have a much more detailed knowledge of the nature and functioning of life. In this chapter and those that follow, we will delve into the fundamental concepts of life and its foundations. Life is a dynamic phenomenon. Therefore, we will first examine the requirements for dynamism for life to exist. Water. All life forms on Earth are intricately interconnected, behaving as one, with an equilibrium maintained through self-regulation seeking balance. This is the essence of the Gaia hypothesis James Lovelock and Lynn Margulis proposed. Symbolically, the Earth behaves like an organism, maintaining homeostasis in terms of temperature, matter, and more. It is proposed that a kind of symbiosis between the Earth's living matter and non-living matter dictates and maintains balance through interactions within the lithosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. The Gaia hypothesis has been controversial since its proposition in the 1970s. While fascinating and poetic, it does not seem rational. However, if the Gaia hypothesis were true, which I think is not the case, the key ways of interaction between Earth's components and the transformation of energy at various levels would substantially depend on water. Water unifies the entirety of Earth. It absorbs energy from the sun and the Earth, redistributing it from high to low temperatures, both vertically and horizontally. Water continuously reshapes the lithosphere of Earth and terrestrial and deep seas. Notably, water is abundant in the universe. Determining whether life exists elsewhere in the universe will take a long time. However, water is essential for life to exist. Where there is life, there must be water. Where there is water, there is life. This statement is probably true regarding Earth. However, we cannot be sure that everywhere there is water in the universe, there will also be life. On Earth, even if water is hot, cold, acidic, or basic, one can still find living forms inhabiting that space. The Goldilocks zone is where water can theoretically exist in all three forms, mostly liquid. Planets too close to the sun are too hot, and water would exist only as vapor. Planets that are too far away would be too cold, resulting in predominantly icy water. Earth is perfectly positioned from the sun, allowing water to exist predominantly in a liquid state. The liquid state of water is the most significant architect of life on Earth. The positioning of Earth in the solar system, often called the Goldilocks zone, allows water to exist in all three states, solid, liquid, and gas, making it uniquely suited for life as we know it. Some argue that this precise placement suggests a creator who positioned Earth to support life, asserting the purpose behind this arrangement. Such language conveys intentionality, comforting to many who see the cosmos as imbued with meaning. However, another perspective arises when considering the vast randomness of cosmic events. Earth's position is a result of countless undirected processes, gravitational interactions, planetary migrations, and collisions over billions of years. Those that were stable entities in their stable trajectories and properties still exist, while the rest did not. This perspective does not necessitate a creator or a preordained purpose. Instead, it reflects an extraordinary sequence of natural events where Earth happened to meet the conditions for water's unique behavior and, consequently, life's emergence. Life's presence on Earth is often romanticized as purposeful, yet it may simply reflect our existence in a universe with no inherent goal. The rarity of liquid water on other planets highlights the fragility of life's conditions, but does not inherently imply design. Bearing the proposition of a purposeless universe challenges our comfort with uncertainty, yet it aligns with the impartial nature of scientific exploration. Water is a remarkable molecule due to its weirdness, as explained by multiple anomalies. It constitutes about 70% of the weight of most cells. Its dynamic and ever-changing composition and existence are attributes of its polarity. Polarity, by definition, refers to a kind of disparity within a system, such as a molecule, in terms of the charge or magnetic pole. In the case of water, each molecule has two ends with opposite charges, making it polar. On one side is the electronegative oxygen atom, and on the opposite side are the two electropositive hydrogen atoms. Therefore, water molecules are polar. The polarity in a water molecule is an emergent phenomenon that gives rise to two important properties: cohesion and adhesion. Water molecules can form low-energy hydrogen bonds. These bonds are dynamic, forming and breaking rapidly between different water molecules. The multitude of dynamic hydrogen bonds is the foundation of water's dynamicity. Water molecules can interact with other water molecules through cohesion, as each is bound to three other water molecules via three hydrogen bonds. Water molecules can also interact with other polar molecules through adhesion, including salts, acids, and bases. The polar nature of water molecules drives metabolic reactions such as nutrient uptake, acting as an electron donor in photosynthesis, and an electron acceptor in electron transport chain reactions. Water molecules are involved in almost every material and energy transaction in organisms. Hydrogen bonds in various molecules confer the dynamicity essential for life processes. As detailed in a later chapter, water's hydrogen bonds a key role in reading DNA base pairs, thus enabling the replicability of genetic information. At the molecular level, all life processes are carried out by proteins, which can carry out reactions, form structures, and vary their conformation. A protein shape or conformation change is necessary for life activities to occur, which involves rearranging intramolecular bonds, particularly hydrogen bonds, between amino acid residues. While other types of bonds are also important, hydrogen bonds contribute to the vital dynamicity required for life. Water allows the ionization of many other molecules, and ions play a crucial role in transforming matter and energy. Water molecules form a shell around ions, providing them with energetic stability. When these ions come into contact with oppositely charged ions, new compounds may form, or an ion could donate or accept electrons to form ionic bonds. The polar nature of water molecules also plays a role in the intracellular structural organization in organisms. Non-polar molecules cannot interact with water and tend to avoid it, a property known as hydrophobicity. Amphipathic molecules, which have both hydrophilic and hydrophobic parts, organize into stable structures in water. The hydrophilic parts shield the hydrophobic parts from water, resulting in structures with an outer layer of hydrophilic and hydrophobic parts embedded in the center. This forms the basis for cell membranes and intracellular membranes, which are essential for cell compartmentalization, allowing metabolic reactions to occur. Water also contributes to the shape and structure of organisms simply by its presence. The shape of plant cells, leaves, and other organisms depends on the water present in them. Water is indeed a prerequisite for the existence of life anywhere in the universe. Water allows for metabolism and determines the shapes of biomolecules such as proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. Water confers dynamicity to living systems, transforming energy and matter continuously. Carbon life processes are dynamic, characterized by continuously forming and breaking molecules, shapes, and structures. To enable this dynamism, there must be an element capable of harnessing the properties of water. For an element to serve as the framework of life, it must form diverse bonds with various atoms, bonds that are stable yet flexible enough to be broken when needed. The primary elements in living organisms are carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, CHNOP. Among these, carbon is the foundation of life. Carbon is unmatched in its ability to bind with a diverse range of elements, about 40 different elements. This unique feature is foundational to life itself. The key to its versatility lies in its tetravalency, the capacity to form 4 covalent bonds with other atoms. Tetravalency and size allow carbon to interact with various elements, such as hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and phosphorus, forming many different compounds. These bonds can vary in strength and type, from single bonds to more complex double and triple bonds, giving rise to a vast diversity of chemical structures. Carbon's bonds exhibit a unique balance of stability and reactivity, making them ideal for both forming durable structures and undergoing dynamic changes when needed. This is critical in biological processes where the breaking and formation of bonds are constantly occurring to facilitate metabolism, energy transfer, and molecular signaling. The stability of carbon-based molecules ensures that life can maintain its structure, while their flexibility allows life to adapt and respond to environmental changes. This adaptability is central to the biochemical complexity observed in all living organisms. The balance of three properties that make carbon the best suited element as a framework for life are stability, versatility, and dynamicity. Stability, resistance of a molecule, bond, or structure to changes or breakdown under biological or chemical conditions. Versatility, the ability of an atom or molecule to form a wide variety of bonds, structures, or interactions with different elements or compounds. Dynamicity, capacity of a system, bond, or structure to change, adapt, or respond to varying conditions or demands with ease. As the backbone of living matter, carbon forms stable covalent bonds with hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, enabling the construction of extended chains and complex structures necessary for biological processes. The dynamic nature of carbon bonds allows for energy storage and release, a key feature of metabolism. This energy flexibility, wherein bonds store energy at one moment and release it at another, is central to life. In terms of energy dynamics, carbon bonds play a crucial role. They drive essential biochemical processes from the relatively low energy bonds in CO2 to the high energy bonds in CH4 and intermediate bonds like CN and CS. For example, plants use carbon's unique bonding properties to convert light energy into chemical energy, transforming CO bonds in CO2 into CH bonds in glucose. The ability of carbon to form stable bonds with other elements and itself allows for the versatility and complexity of organic molecules. Carbon atoms can form single, double, or triple bonds with other atoms, leading to various chemical structures and functional groups. This versatility enables the diverse range of biochemical reactions and processes necessary for the existence of life.